Good morning, YouTube. We have a USB soldering iron. You get these on Amazon for like 30 bucks. Link will be in the description box below for this one. But there are tons of them on Amazon, all different types of kit forms and attachments and this and that. This is basically your basic streamlined one. Okay. Now, anyways, let's take a look. So we got a thing of solder with it. We got a USB charge cable. It's USB-C. We also got a stand for the iron, so you can just pop this thing up like a so and rest your iron on it. And of course, you got the main unit itself. Okay. And for this, you just unscrew it like a ballpoint pen. Now, when you get the unit, of course, this will not be attached. Okay, it'll actually be just loose inside the cap, and they do come off as well. Okay, so you just screw it on there, unscrew it when you don't want it, or just leave it there, it doesn't matter. To activate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll see some flashy lights, and that arms it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll disarm it so it cannot turn on even accidentally. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Takes about an hour or so to charge it. It's 15-watt iron. This will be my first time trying this. So, and I have a project already, and because this thing says it's charged, and it sure the hell ain't acting that way, so it's kind of like, yeah, because it won't power on. So we're going to heat up the iron a little bit here. It takes a couple quick seconds. Gets hot rather fast. And we just want to pre-tin the tip, basically. And we're all good there. Now we're going to let that rest for a second in there. So you can just hook her in and away you go. I don't know, you can't see that. Here, let me just bring that over this side. There we go. Yeah, close enough. All right, I need to get my magnifying glass, so give me a second here. I just want to double check my contact points. I found some contacts that were questionable. So I thought, okay, well, there's 2 joints here that aren't even soldered at all. Not that they apparently need to be, but they're marked, so they should be done. So that's kind of my opinion on that one. All right, now I'm going to just take one of my files. So I just want to put a little tiny bit on there. Now this has to do with the power going on and off, but those contacts were never done. So it's like, well, do they have to be? I don't know, it looks like they should. You don't put a circuit there and not complete it. So, but you never know. We'll have to see. It's not going to hurt anything to do them, so we might as well do them. And I know it's going to be really hard for you guys to see, and I'm sorry, but that's just the way it happens to go. Now the other thing was the battery contacts. They were looking like they had a possible problem. Should be okay with that. All right, let's take a look. All right, that doesn't look too bad. And looks like those contact points are good. Let's check underneath here. those actually look really good for the USB connection point. From what I can tell anyways. Touching those up is going to be really super tricky. But I think we might be okay. Well, let's find out. So, plug that in. This out of the way. Now, if this battery has power in, it should theoretically fire this thing up. Oh, it's not turning on any of the LEDs. So, maybe the battery needs to be charged. Well, let's grab a cable and a charge pack. We could yet have a problem with the charge connector, but okay, so we do have we have a red and a green that are both on. Well, that's progress. I don't remember seeing that red one before. So we may have done some good there. So we may actually be able to get this to take a charge. Doesn't look like there's any connection problems with the socket for the lights. But we definitely do have to get this thing off the charge bank because it doesn't, I guess maybe it doesn't draw enough or something to keep it on. I got a big ass brick one around here someplace. There it is. Maybe this will stay powered up because this one usually auto activates. Yep, that auto activates. So it looks like that may actually be taking a charge now. So we'll have to see what happens, but it definitely green, solid green usually would indicate. Yeah, it's not going to keep it on. Would usually indicate that it's fully charged. The red LED should be blinking if it's charging. And it's not blinking. So, I'm not too sure on that one. Alright. I don't know if we even can do anything about the USB connector, but it is definitely getting power to the board. Well, you know what? I think we're going to try touching those connection points up. Alright, so we need to get this thing to take a charge. Okay. So, back to this. I'd say the soldering iron works really well. You do have to push and hold to keep it on, but otherwise, it seems to do a good job. Tricky thing here is getting the right angle. This is not easy. Especially when you got a battery in the way. Oh, this sucker ever get hot. Well, I think we did a little bit of good there on a couple connection points. No? One more in the corner should be good. So, really easy to use. I'll give it that. Heats up really super fast. All right. Let's try that. Oh, gotta plug the battery in. Still got a green and a red. Well, I guess what I'll do is I'll leave it plugged in for a while, and we'll have to get back to you. We're only at 12 minutes anyway, so I'll get back to you guys in a bit on the same video, so instant for you. Alright, boys and girls, it does not appear as if the battery is taking any kind of a charge on, so I decided to hotwire this sucker with a couple dummy loaders and an actual 2 AA batteries. Soldered them on, and we're going to see if that makes this thing work or not. Now, we got that right. We should actually have power going to this thing. Whoa, we got her. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, shut up. Okay, steady on. Ooh, here we have a lack of power. Didn't say the batteries were the strongest on the block. Okay, yeah, probably a lack of power. So that's solid. Maybe not enough to run it all at once. That's progress at least. All right. Huh. Yeah, we're a little shy on battery power. All right. Let's Let's see if a brand new set of batteries will work. I can go grab some energizers. So it looks like we've got what appears to be functional. Now I may have to put one of these dead poles on the other side. Maybe that could be part of our problem too. Alright, let's try that. Okay, that's on. Nice. Yeah, battery power. Wow. Could have just been very well the arrangement. So, let's experiment once again. This is by no means permanent, but I also had to find out what was going on with the thing. So let's see if these batteries actually were strong enough and I just had my blanks arranged wrong. Okay, so on we go. Yeah, had the battery things. So you got to put one on. Well, we do have a lack of battery. It would appear so. All right. It's handy when you have extra goodies kicking around to see what makes things tick. All right, power on. Oh, come on. There we go. That's on. Flashing. Left signal. Right signal. Not bad. This is a wireless thing for a bicycle. So all we need, literally, is a new battery. That's it. So we can shut that off. There we go. So fully functional unit. Just need to find a battery for it. Yeah, I could actually do this while it's still hooked in. I'm ballsy. So that's why I wasn't taking a charge. Oh yeah, let's see. Is the charge circuit actually okay in this? Now you're not supposed to charge AA batteries. However, for a quickie little test, we should be able to do that. Yep, red light for straight out charging. The green says fully charged. This thing, by the way, the polarity reversed on it. So that definitely will take a charge. And it's still leaving this on. So that's actually a good sign. Our charging circuit is fully functional. So we probably didn't have to repair anything, but when I see certain solder joints, I don't like to take any chances. And besides, it's all part of troubleshooting the damn thing anyhow. I mean, you plug it in, it says it's fully charged, but it doesn't power up. Oh, right? So this, we actually know for a fact that, well, that ain't the issue. The issue is the battery, okay? So we need a new battery, and I think I might have a lithium battery or a light poly around here somewhere. I can just cut the connector off of this, dispose of this, grab another one. I think I might have one kicking around somewhere that's rechargeable that I could score in there, but that will actually charge. So the charging circuit is fully functional. That's not an issue. So that is absolutely outstanding. So, but anyway, I'm going to disconnect this while we're on camera, because I'm going to show you that you can do this and it's not stupid. That's it. Off we go. No slop. Good to go. All right, so I can basically put this thing together at this point. And first I want to take that back out because I got to put this in the right way. So yeah, we can definitely take this thing apart, put it back together the way we had it, because we got to line up the power switch anyways, which goes on this side here. So we'll okay, we got 4 contact points, but they only had 2 screws in the thing anyway. So just put this back in like so. So now we know it's fine. There's nothing wrong with the unit at all. We just have a really bad battery. That's all. I'm gonna actually pull this other screw out of here. It's causing me grief. So if you run into this sort of a deal, you buy a brand new product. This thing was brand new in the box, by the way. I did not pay for it. I got it for free. Not from a sponsor or anything like that, but either way, I got it for nothing. So for me to take it apart and, you know, get into the thing and see what's making it tick or not tick, well, hey, that's what we got to know. That's how things are going. But at least we found out that even sitting in the factory for God knows how long, well, not the factory, but at Amazon in this case, because it is an Amazon product, the only problem is the fact the battery's no good. So what we do about that, since you're gonna say, how do you deal with that? Well, that's pretty simple. First, we find out our connection points here where they are. We see how close together they are. Now this is not something where I want to go through the trouble of desoldering this. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to cut this one slightly longer, and then I'm going to cut this one really close, okay? And then that's it. Now all I got to do is put some tape over top of this with the wires separate, throw it in my container for disposal, because that is a barfed battery. And now I also got a perfectly good connector, so if I actually get a battery and the connector's not the same, I can just swap it out. And I've got heat shrink tubing and everything, so no worries. However, awesome. Okay, I'm an idiot. I get it. Link is in the description below. If you're looking for something light duty, this friggin' thing is freaking cool. I love it. It's a great little soldering iron. And I like how it stays all compacted like this too, which is nice. And you can always just leave the tip on all the time. There's no need to remove the tip for any reason. So just clean it off when you're done too. So like heat it up, put it in some flux paste, wipe it off with a couple of, you know, paper towel that's thick, and away you go, good and clean. So I gotta recharge this now anyway. But yeah, the light works fine. I definitely score, man. I can't really knock the kit. I can't give it a 5 either, but I never can. But we can certainly say that as far as the iron goes and for what it's meant for, we're at 4 3/4, man. And it ain't often you get that out of me, but that thing is freaking sweet. Rechargeable solder irons have been around for decades. My old man used to have one, and way back in the day. And that thing had like nickel methyl hydrate battery that was rechargeable. It sucked. But it also burned through a lot of tips. So This thing, freaking awesome. It kind of reminds me of those vapors, e-vapes, you know, that people are smoking, you know, because of the main body part, the battery. But that's cool. It works. And like I said, security, 5 times fast, activates, 5 times fast, deactivates, and then this way you can't actually accidentally turn it on in any way, shape, or form. So great tool. Like I said, links in the description below. So at that point, we'll finish off the rest of the video where I actually did say, see ya, and I was a moron because I forgot to do this segment. So there you go.